In this video, we're going to be catching up with the Nike Zoom Fly 6 that I've done 52 miles in. Hello everybody and welcome back to FORDY Runs. My name is Chris Ford. I'm a running and athletics coach based here in the UK, and I like making running videos with like race vlogs, running tips, coaching stuff, because I'm a qualified coach, and we do all the shoe reviews and things like that as well, which is pretty awesome. So do make sure you subscribe before you carry on with the rest of this video. Now, the Zoom Fly 6 came out and we put a first impressions video out, and in that video I promised you that I would come back and let you know how I've been getting on with it. So like I said, we've reached 52 miles in the shoe, so I thought it'd be a good time to catch up with it and let you know how I've been getting on with it. Okay, so how this video is going to work, we're going to quickly run through the stats and features if you don't know what's going on with the Zoom Fly 6. I'm then going to tell you things I like, things I don't like about the shoe. I'm then going to touch on, where it fits into a shoe rotation, how it compares to some of its rivals, and then we're going to wrap it all up at the end. Got it? Let's move on. Okay, team, so here it is, Zoom Fly 6. It was interesting to see some of your comments in the first video. Don't like the look of it. Now, maybe that's just the colorway, but I don't think it's too bad. I've seen a lot worse shoes from Nike. But yeah, so we've got the Zoom X foam on the top, and then we've got the SR02 foam on the bottom. We've got this like dual layer upper on the shoe, which is quite nice actually. Shoe's got 40 something mil stack in the heel, 34 down at the forefoot. It's 155 pounds. It's just over 9 ounces in my UK and 9.5. Fits true to size. It's got a fab outsole on it, and look, there you go. You can see the full length carbon plate. Right, okay, so let's move on to how I've been getting on with it. So unusually for me, I actually track the mileage of the shoe, because I don't usually track the miles of my shoes, because basically, well, I have ADHD and I've got enough to worry about. But I thought I'd track the mileage because I wanted to know when I got over those 50 miles, because I was conscious of that first video that I'd only done 3 runs in the shoe. I know it was over, I think it was about 17 miles I'd done in the shoe already, but I wanted to make sure that I came back and I wanted to get really over 50 miles to report back. So I thought that's a good number to let you know I've been getting on with it. And actually, that's a good point. Let me know in the comments how you've been getting on with the shoe. What are your thoughts on the Zoom Fly 6? Have you been massively disappointed, or have you been massively impressed? Okay, so for me, the ride's good. It's not exactly like out there in terms of amazing, but it's not terrible, which you do get from a lot of Nike shoes. It's actually rather good. I do quite enjoy running in the shoe. The ride with the Zoom X and the SR2 does work well together. I do wish that they'd put more Zoom X in the shoe and less SR02, but that's fine. I can live with it, because I do appreciate they're trying to make it quite stable, because in the heel, well, it's quite thin and it can be unstable for some. And I think that's probably the main criticism, or probably the only criticism I've got, is the narrowness in the heel. It is quite unstable. If you're at low speed, it can become a little bit, well, wobbly. So just watch yourself on that, I would say. And that's coming from someone who does mildly pronate. But that is honestly the only criticism I've really got of the shoe, is that sort of heel action in it. I think the more you're into sort of faster pace, so for me down towards that 7-minute mile, the shoe's absolutely fine. It's great, it works well, comes alive, does everything you want from a super trainer. But as soon as you go back towards 9-minute miles for me, which is my easy pace, it becomes less enjoyable. And I think that's something really key to the shoe. You do have to be aware of that. If you are somebody who does pronate, you're going to struggle with the shoe, I think, because that is the most noticeable thing for me in terms of the last 52 miles, is at that lower paces that is quite unstable in the heel section. I've had no problems with the upper. I've really enjoyed the upper actually. It's been breathable, it's been fine, it's been absolutely fine in the wet, by the way, the shoe. The outsole's been great. It really is one of the big selling points of the shoe. The outsole on this is phenomenal. The carbon plate is not too aggressive, which I kind of like. I don't want an aggressive carbon plate in a super trainer. So it works well. As I said, you pick up the pace, the carbon plate kicks in. Thank you very much. Lockdown's fine, lacing's fine, fits well, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you get your usual build quality with Nike, which is not very good, but we come to expect that now. So yeah, I've not really got any complaints with the shoe. Now, like I said, in terms of a rotation, I think you need like an easy recovery day shoe with this. So something like a Brooks Glycerin Max would be good. And now you could take this into race day, use this for a half marathon, I would say. But if you wanted something a little bit quicker, then, you put your race day shoe in here, maybe a Vaporfly 3. Now, is this really a cheaper Alphafly 3 or Vaporfly 3 option? No, it's not. It just doesn't have that super shoe feeling awesomeness and speed that you get from those proper race day shoes from Nike. Now, this is not a bad effort, and I think this will work for a lot of people. And I think it's a very good effort from Nike. They are slowly coming back, which is good news for us all. But I do still feel there's better options out there. Boston 12, Hyperion Max 2, obviously it's Super Blast 2, but that doesn't have a carbon plate, but I needed to mention it. Some of you really like the Hoka Mac X2. I couldn't get on with it because it tore my heel to shreds, but some of you really like that shoe. So again, that's another option. I actually really enjoyed that shoe, well, until it tore my heel to shreds. But my point is there's other options out there versus this. I don't think this is as good as some of the other options that I mentioned that are out there, but that said, this is much better than previous versions of this shoe. It has brought them into that super trainer realm, so hats off to Nike because you have done a reasonable job here. So there we go, people. I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it with the shoe. I'm just going to ruin these over winter marathon training, which will be quite fun. And then maybe I'll come back to you, maybe I won't. I don't know, see how I get on. But yes, so the bottom line, this is actually remarkably good versus, well, the previous version. But to be honest, a brick with a swoosh on it would have been better than that. But yeah, I quite like it. There's nothing to dislike here, really, other than that instability in the heel. So just watch out for that. Other than that, it's quite a good shoe, £155. Pretty well priced, I would say. I know some of you don't like this colourway, but I know there's loads going to be coming out. So yeah, I think there's something to look at here, finally, from Nike in the Super Trainer area. Okay, team, so there we go. Make sure you have subscribed to this YouTube channel before you leave me today. We are trying to get to 22 million subscribers on this channel. But that's it from me, guys. I shall catch you all later.